It's hard. I really think it's the hardest thing we do because I wish we had the money to build that road tomorrow, right? I wish we had the money to build real parks tomorrow. Our goal as a city council is just basic services. Like, we're trying to stick to the bare bones. Like, we don't have any fancy projects we're working on spending millions of dollars. All we're trying to focus on is infrastructure and the basic needs for this community. And we're doing the best we can.
Welcome to Herrimanology,
the official podcast to keep up with Herriman City.
We'll take you inside the city, explore the latest news and updates, show you how your government operates, and discuss the issues that affect us all. Now, here are your hosts talking all things Herriman on Herrimanology.
All right, welcome to Herrimanology. It is Friday, February 20th. I had in my head all morning it was January. It is not January. It is February.
It's almost March,
It's
John.
getting close to March. My wife's birthday is in a couple of weeks, and I need to make sure I don't forget that.
Oh, no. When is hers?
March 5th.
Okay, Cohen's is March 6th.
Okay.
So, yes.
Right around that same time.
We'll help each other remember.
All right.
So get ready for those dates.
Yes. It always comes up fast because February is a short month, and she's involved with the legislative session. We'll get into that a little bit later, but the legislative session goes heavy until beginning of March. And then suddenly that rolls off, and then it's her birthday. This happens every year.
It's a good birthday present for her.
Yes.
To be done with this session.
Yes.
And I sent my older kids a text this week looking for dates to have them come over on a Sunday. And I just, not even thinking, I looked at the Friday, and it was the 27th. Or I can't remember. I think it was the 27th, yeah. I said, are you guys available the 27th, 28th, or 29th? They're like, yeah, sure, Dad. We'll be over on February 29th. So
It took me a second to get it too.
I didn't even.
It's
like,
not
what?
a leap year.
Like what? Anyway, so yes, there you go. So
by the way, shout out to Mother Nature for snowing finally.
Thank you.
Quick aside, I've been skiing at Alta. I remember I learned to ski for the first time a couple weeks ago. I've been now 3 times.
Wow.
Riding up the lift, I looked down. There's the same pink glove on the ground underneath the lift for all 3 days that I was there, meaning it did not snow for a good chunk of time. I'm sure that pink glove is now buried. So
yeah, they got a good.
Mother Nature.
They got a good chunk. I was with the Alta Mayor yesterday. They got
over 3 feet.
Yeah, over 3 feet.
Which that's a lot of snow.
Yes.
Anyway,
Glad we don't get that here.
Right. It's great up in the mountains.
Yes.
Legislative session. That's been dominating a lot of schedules recently.
Right.
Any updates, anything you want to share, things that have been going on? It's a lot of moving targets, but anything you want to share?
I'm not really right now. I've been up there a lot more this year, right? We've talked about my role a little bit up there and how that's changed. So this week was a lot up there, but nothing that pertains necessarily to us. We've killed a couple of bad bills that we thought were some bad bills, but still we've been talking, it kind of is moving slow this year. They haven't passed a lot of bills, like less than 100, which sounds like a lot, right? But last year they passed 500 plus bills. And so we've got 2 weeks left in the session. So you'll probably see this is when they start suspending rules and going fast. So next week, this was already a long week. And
yeah.
They said it's going to get worse. So
it's going to get fast.
Yeah. Yesterday was a 13-hour day up there for me. It was a 7 a.m. left about close to 8. So that was my longest day. And there's no food at the Capitol. There's only a snack bar.
Oh.
It's interesting. So
I did not know that.
Got to plan better. Got to take a lunch.
Do they have food trucks outside?
They have one food truck.
Okay.
There at lunchtime, right? But if you miss it,
you
miss it, right? So it's, anyways,
Ouch.
just a side note.
Any topics that have been, infrastructures I know is one that's been coming up and we've been keying in on. Any others?
Property tax is a big one. I think we're all concerned about property tax. We are. I mean, we've talked about that even when we look at our budgets every year, but it's a big topic this year, trying to rein that in a little bit, trying to understand, what all the parties involved can do to make a difference there. And so a lot of property tax bills being looked at. Housing's always a topic up there. Infrastructure. I testified in committee about a new infrastructure loan possibility that the state's considering, but just a lot of that stuff right now. That's kind of the big topics right now.
Yeah. And we actually were working with a TV station earlier this morning talking about infrastructure, and there are a lot of projects coming up in Herriman or near Herriman in the next year or two, some of them this year, that a lot of that's coming from state funding or will ultimately be paid by state funding. And it's really nice when projects can get paid by that, because there's so many needed projects, especially regional connections. But it's a big help when we can work with our state and county partners to get funding for those and get our residents moving a little bit quicker on the road.
Right. And like I think you and I were talking this week, it's nice to kind of, everybody's talking about Herriman right now a little bit. There's, we've sold our story, what the challenges are we're facing. So a lot of partners are wanting to help and bring, that kind of support out this way. So it's been fun to be a part of that, and it'll bring good projects to the city.
Yeah. Earlier this week, you got to celebrate with a Herriman High School athlete.
Yes.
Who had a nice honor.
Yes. So Jackson Spencer is a runner at Herriman High. I got word just late the night before that Gatorade was going to be here to recognize him as the Gatorade Runner of the Year. A lot of media there. They came out. The lady there was from Chicago to take, they surprised him in the weight room and then did a photo shoot with him all day. But it was fun to surprise me. He had no idea. So his team was all there, some people from the community. It was a lot of fun. He's fast. The BYU coaches were there. Ed Eyestone, who was an Olympian himself back in the day, he's the coach down at BYU. And he was there because he's committed to BYU. And so it's kind of a fun little celebration, fun to be part of. So congrats to Jackson.
Yeah, that's a big deal. We did want to shout out Keisha Love too. She is still competing in the Olympics. Had a monobob couple runs earlier this week. So former Herriman High School sprinter.
Yes.
So shout out to Keisha.
So fun to see her name pop up and see Herriman, Utah. A lot of big sense of pride with that.
It's
cool. Really cool.
And we've seen it before, but when she was getting up ready for a run, about ready to go sprint down that track, just hometown Herriman, Utah.
It's a different feeling. It is different. It was cool.
It's cool. So shout out to all those people just working their keisters off and doing good things.
Absolutely.
On, I think it was Monday, there was a fire at an apartment complex that's still under construction. I believe it's called the Terrace at Academy Village over there, kind of by Lee's. We're not going to be the ones to share information on that project, but just wanted to give a shout out to UFA and to multiple fire departments from around the entire region. That could have gotten really scary, but they got on it quick and saved the building too. Right.
Yeah. I think when UFA put out their post, they said 100 firefighters on hand at one point. So yeah, phenomenal. We appreciate they came from all over the valley to help. So it was phenomenal.
Yeah. So thanks to UFA, all first responders all the time, but that was one that they got the news, got a lot of people's attention. We were told, at least publicly this morning, that arson has been ruled out. Right. So for those people worrying, was that a cause? UFA's said no. So.
Right. And we got an email from Wasatch Development Team. They said that only 12 units are damaged. That's what their assessment is right now, which is shocking, right? Based on that response, to keep it to 12 units. So we'll see. I think there's more to be investigated still, but right now they're assuming only 12 units were impacted, which it's a 250 unit complex out there that's been in the works for, man, they started that. That was started long before I came along, right? But anyways, so it'll be good. That area needs it. That commercial area right around that is needing that. So we're hoping it doesn't set it back too much.
Yeah. We did get a question, actually 2 questions from residents this week. I'll say one. I responded back to them with an email, but we're not ready to answer that question. There's still some information pending, but we will get back to it here when it's appropriate to.
Yep.
But we did get a question from Kevin as well. He was wondering, any idea when 6400 West between 134th South and Main Street will be upgraded with good paving, sidewalks, and lighting? Wish we had better news. It's going to be a little while. Mm-hmm. It is on our radar. We know that road needs to be both finished and repaired. That'll be a pretty intense project when it comes. It's still multiple years away. We always hesitate when it's that long term out. We hesitate to say exactly when, because years change all the time, front and back.
Yep.
So, and we can't commit a future city council to funding it, but as of now, it's still multiple years away. But we are looking at some short-term options to try to get it along for the next several years. Those we're still not ready to commit to yet, but we're looking into some options, so lower cost, but also lower term, to a Band-Aid fix to get it for the next few years. But So yeah, that is on our radar. I don't really like biking on that road. It's really narrow. It's really bumpy. So we know it's not great to drive or bike on. But
Right.
it is on the radar.
Yeah, we've got a lot of, I mean, we've so much need, right? And we get it, right? We absolutely get it. I wish money wasn't obstacle, right? But just isn't. So we have to prioritize these based on, and I think we talked about it this morning on the news, broadcast we did. Like, we're doing that third mile of road, and that's a $4 million. I mean, that's, and we've talked about this before, but property taxes, our city's property tax that just comes to the city, we barely clear $1 million a year. Like, there's other sales tax and but property tax is only $1 million a year to provide all the services. And then, so for a small road repair to be $4 million, that just puts it in perspective that there's our challenges financially with keeping up with all of this. And we're trying, we're doing the best we can to prioritize and get to all of it. We know that one needs it. I drive it often, but so we need it, but
It's going to be a minute.
yeah.
And I wish I could plant in people's heads. I've said this before. I'll probably say it many times again. We can't just invent money or pavement or water or anything out of thin air. Like, the money the government spends, the Herriman City government, has to come from somewhere. We don't have these massive factories of just unlimited materials. The money has to come from somewhere. It has to pay for something, and then something gets done. So this isn't a criticism to any resident, but just a lot of people say, why can't you just do this or do this? I'm like, okay, but we have X amount of money we can use per year. And we have way more X's of projects that need done, and you have to prioritize every year, and it's tricky. It's
hard. It's the hardest. I really think it's the hardest thing we do, because I wish we had the money to build that road tomorrow, right? I wish we had the money to build more parks tomorrow, right? Our goal as a city council is it's basic services. Like, we're trying to stick to the bare bones. Like, we don't have any fancy projects we're working on, spending millions of dollars. All we're trying to focus on is infrastructure and the basic needs for this community. And we're doing the best we can.
One road that a lot of people ask about as well that also has needed redone for many years is Rosecrest. That will happen. It'll start happening soon. Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District has a major transmission line project that'll be along much of Rosecrest starting this year. I think they're starting some initial meetings, initial construction meetings, I think next week.
Oh, wow.
And then it'll be a long-term project. That one's really going to stink for traffic. So shout out to people along Rosecrest. It's not going to be fun, but that will get done. And by the end of that project, it will be repaved, and Rosecrest will finally be a nice road to drive on. That one has been a while. It's just one of those roads that it needs done. We haven't had the money. Plus, we knew this Jordan Valley project was coming, so we didn't want to waste a bunch of money repaving it, only to have it torn up again.
Yep.
So that's one reason why it's taken so long, but also because funding. There's only so much money. You got to figure out what you're going to do with it every year.
Here we go.
So
I will not do the podcast during that construction at all. So
it's going to be a long one. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's over 12 months.
Yeah. It's a big project.
That's good. But it won't be the whole thing closed all at the same time, at least. I'm at least pretty sure it's going to be moving in chunks.
Right.
But yeah,
more to come.
That's coming. We do have a lot of other road projects that are in green fields, as we say, that won't interrupt people, but will enhance traffic flow. We talked about several of them last week with Councilmember Henderson, but 6400 West extensions, the alignment of U111 / Bacchus Highway. I guess UDOT's technically calling that an extension.
Right.
Anyway, several other projects that will be less impactful during the project,
but still helpful.
Yep. It will help.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that's probably good for today. More things coming next week. We do have a city council meeting next week, so there will be something to talk about.
Yes.
And I did want to mention too, we'll try to get him on the podcast next week. So that's our last chance to hear from Chief Carr. So we did put out publicly that he did announce his retirement coming up on March 1st. So one of our favorites around the city hall. He's been on the podcast before. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But we'll try to get him one more time before he walks or runs out the door.
Because next week's the last week around here.
Yep. So hopefully we can make that happen. We have so many blooper moments from over the years with Chief Carr that we'll never see the public. But
he can't stop us after he retires.
Right.
We'll see.
So anyway, thanks, Mayor Palmer, for coming in for multiple things this morning.
It's been a good morning.
If you want a question answered, communications@herriman.gov is the email, and we'll get it addressed if we can. But until then, we will catch you next time.